Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to be playing against Stockfish 17.1 with a pre-selected opening from one of my viewers and subscribers and supporter, Chess Lover, which they said that if I beat Stockfish 17.1 with the black pieces, then they will donate to me. I think 50 pounds, I think it was. So that's pretty good. So we'll see how I do. And so I'm playing with the black pieces, so I'll flip the board. And then here I got a simplified view, so I don't see anything at all from Stockfish 17.1. And then when I make it bigger, I shouldn't see anything. And then here as well, I want to hide that. And then that should be good. Yeah, I don't want to see anything. That should be it. I don't know. There might be something. I think I usually just go down like that. I think I won't see anything, hopefully. But yeah, let's get the position as well. I have it on my clipboard, so let's get that in. And then this is the first time I'm gonna see what the opening is. Okay, so we've got Queen's Pawn opening. We get like the Queen's Gambit along with C5. I don't know the names of everything, but we get an interesting structure. I'm assuming black will be better, because I'm supposed to win with black. So I just have a better structure. Okay. And then it's black to move. So here it's my move. And yeah, so I guess I'll take my time to make my first move. And then from then on, I'll have like, let me go to levels real quick. I should have, okay, I guess they gave me extra time. I wanted 10 minutes for base, but it gave the increment as well, which I guess is fine. If I have too much time on it, the engine just takes a bit too long. And I don't think I'll use that much time. I don't have, like, they wanted me to do like an hour for each game, which is just a bit much. They did say they want me to get better, so if this doesn't really work out, I'll have to use more time. I'm assuming that this position won't be very easy to win. So they're giving me 5 attempts, so we'll see how this first one goes. Let's see. I can't do like my arrows and stuff with this with arena. Trying to think of what I should do. Okay, so like let's say I give this check. The king moves here. And that's going to be a problem because then we're going to get attacked on the G file. I think I'm seeing that this rook is lined up with this bishop. I think I'd want to play something like rook d8 and then try to go knight e5. The thing is, I have to play extremely precise because it's Stockfish 17.1, and I don't know what kind of advantage I have. I don't have any information really, other than like I should be better. So if I go rook d8, I think that's a pretty solid move. Or I go, I think I go rook d8. Something like, I think I just try rook d8. Any other moves? Let's see. Not really. I don't think I should move the knight anywhere. Knight e7 doesn't really seem to be, I mean, it's okay. I could go to f5, h4 to f3. Okay. Queen g5. Again, check is not that good in my opinion. Queen h5 could be an idea. Probably not. The light squares I think will be pretty good for white just because they have a light square bishop and the queen is on a light square as well. I really want to go just, I think rook d8 makes the most sense. So we're going to try it. Okay, I don't see anything from Stockfish. There's hopefully nothing that I see at the bottom here. We just see the time that Stockfish is using. The white indicates it's their move. So obviously it's Stockfish's move, and then I'm just going to wait. I think my time was running. Maybe I don't know. Not sure. I don't think it was. I don't know why Stockfish has more time. It doesn't really matter either way. Stockfish is going to be playing the best moves, so I guess it's whatever in the grand scheme of things. But we'll see if Rook D8 was a okay move. Okay, Stockfish took like a minute. Again, like I don't think from this extra time of Stockfish like calculating, it's going to really change what it plays. So I guess we just use this time to think and wait. I don't really know what it's gonna play. Actually, I think it could move a rook or rook queen. Yeah, the rook or queen I think is what it'll move. Maybe it'll go f4 or queen e3, something along those lines. Oh, this bishop's a little loose. I'm not sure. It will be really fun to at least go over this once I've done all my attempts. The main way I'm going to learn though is by improving each attempt without like analyzing, right? Because it's not fair for me to analyze at all, like these positions, or I'm just going to easily figure out a way to win. So I can't do that because you could just like memorize a whole line to play as black and then see if you can beat Stockfish. The extra attempts makes it a little difficult because I can't analyze, but I should be able to at least improve each time, even without analysis. Dang, Stockfish, yeah, taking their time. Yeah. I mean, I think my position's pretty good, but Stockfish 17.1 is just going to destroy me, I'm sure. There's just no way. Like, there's no way it's not going to just play every single best move and just completely outplay me. You'll see. That's why it would be good for me to have more time compared to Stockfish 17.1, but I at least have 15-second increments. So again, like an hour per player would be pain, especially with Stockfish, because the engines don't play fast if they don't need to. They take all the time in the world for sure. Okay, I'm waiting for this darn engine to make a move. It should eventually make one. I think what really messed it up is the extra time from the early moves. Maybe I should have done a fen, perhaps, because with a fen it wouldn't do this. Let's see. Because like I tested it like in just like the normal beginning like move. Like I just made a move in like the starting chess position, and it made a move after like a minute or two. So I don't know. I might have to wait another like minute until it makes a move, just because it had the extra time. I don't know. Or unless it's like supposedly my move. I don't I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the engine's calculating. Let me go to engines, or I mean level adjust. Oh, maybe it's because I have it on the level 1. I wonder if I change it now if it'll fix. That and do okay. Check the levels again. Yeah, it's not changing. Okay, well it finally moved. I guess we'll just keep it on the blitz level. Goes rook e1, and that's stopping knight e5. But it's not stopping the check. Maybe now queen g5 check is good. Maybe. Maybe not. I would love to get a double attack on this bishop, like a knight d4 check, or not check. Um, knight takes d4, pawn takes. Fortunately, I need two pieces attacking the bishop. So if I go queen a4, maybe I have something there. I think bishop a2 though. So like I could go back a second here. Maybe I can't, or maybe I can. So like here, maybe queen a4 is a move, perhaps. Although bishop a2 maybe still there. I don't know. My clock's not running. I'm kind of confused here. Yeah, my clock's. I don't know if it might have been because I pressed button. I don't know. Kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna give a check, see what happens. Yeah, my clock was running, but it's not showing. It's weird. Queen g5 check since the rook moved, which is nice. Queen f4 I think is a good move. Or maybe knight a5. Queen f4 is not going to be any good. The moment I move the knight, then the rook can go to e5 though. Maybe I go queen h4, hitting the pawn. If I go e5 here, can't take. And then push. Maybe I could have gone e5 right away. Let's see. Yeah, I think the clock wasn't really updating because I went back in the move order. But if I went e5 right away, okay, I can't. I'd have to analyze later. Queen h4 seems to make sense, perhaps, maybe. I gotta get my rooks active. But I don't want to make my knight in a bad position, because if I go knight a5, then there might be some queen infiltrations. Also, if I go knight a5, bishop a2, bishop b1 is an idea. So, I don't really like already where this is going. I wish I could rook lift to here somewhere. Maybe rook d6 with ideas of this and there. Maybe rook d6 is an idea. I don't know what it plays after that. With ideas of going e5 and then maybe they go queen e3 there. So maybe h4 here, or yeah, h4 kind of allows some defense, and then queen e4. Let's try rook d6, rook d6, and then what I want to do is get this rook through this way. I just need to be careful with like analyzing because I want to analyze, right? But I also don't want to, accidentally look at any engine analysis. So I probably need to make sure I'm on a clean slate if I want to do anything else on Arena, like a new file. But I'll analyze after I play this game, and then I will call it a day. I don't know how many times or like how often I'll do these games. Hopefully, maybe just once every day from now on, but we'll see. Rook B1. Okay. So if I go. Hmm, hmm, that is an interesting move. Knight A5 here seems interesting, but again, like. If I go E5 here, there shouldn't be any takes. But maybe there's. Oh. Rook takes B7. And there's ideas of like the bishop and the rook lining up on F7 square. So push takes, and I already have threats to deal with. I'm a bit slow. I think I want to go knight A5 here. Maybe. I mean, my knight is controlling a critical square. If I go B6, maybe I go B6 here. B6 seems decent. If I go knight A5, I feel like that's a really good move, but I'm just not sure because of rook E5 with ideas of the rook lift and cutting off this square so then I can't ever push. I try this one. I don't know. There could be A4 and A5 if I go here right away again. The knight will actually go to A2. I think that's actually fine. Although, like, again, these rooks are kind of going to be shut out of the game. And I don't have a way of attacking this pawn very well. I almost have like some tactics where like pushing, but again, like this. Maybe I go rook C7. Just defending this way without weakening my dark square or my light squares. But then the back rank might be more weak. Okay, I'm running out of time, unfortunately. Knight A5 or here or here. Which one? Knight A5. My knight doesn't really have a future here, I don't think. So I don't want to play that. B6. I think can be okay. And now I gotta wait a long time for this engine to move. I think B6 is the most like safe move. It might be a long term bad, but it keeps the knight on the E5 square. See what Stockfish plays. Oh yeah, because it might even play Rook B5. I didn't even see that move. Oh great. Yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed. Unfortunately. Rook B5 strong. Should have just went 95, but there might have been Rook there anyway. These engines just look. I mean, look at these Rooks. Are both getting into the game. Like, maybe I should have went A6 earlier, but then B7 would have had it been defended. I think after Rook B5, I go Queen H4, perhaps. Keep my queen on a good square while also being able to retreat, like, say, E7. Like, I'm sure the engine's gonna be like B6 was a terrible move. Um, Although, yeah, I still can't analyze it, but like when I do eventually analyze my games with engines, it'll be like B6 was terrible. Queen E3. So my guess is that their position was in such bad shape that I have the liberty of doing quite a bit. What can't I just take and then go knight A5? Right? I think I want to take now and go knight A5 and win a pawn. That looks pretty nice. All right, let's do it. See what happens. 95 hits the bishop, and then, oh, the rook takes, and the pawns are defended. Am I up a pawn here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Equal material. Oh, we can do knight takes d4, I think. And if the rook moves at all, we could take, or we could move the knight out of the way. Nice. I think this works. Oh, bishop a6. Shoot. Well, knight. Yeah, I missed that. Oh, I already blundered. I should have thought a little longer. Yeah, that's what I get for playing b6, huh? Knight there. Then I'm down a piece. I'm gonna be down a piece no matter what, but which one? I'm down 2 pieces. Or, yeah. Like, say... Takes, no. Okay, we're gonna play a move, but now I'm actually losing, unfortunately. Go rook c5. I thought I had knight d4, but I didn't. So bishop a6. Of course. It's always too good to be true. Because like this would be like a really good position. Because like the rooks are controlling both open files. Like, it's been great. Now I will be down a piece for 2 pawns, which I think this might not even be losing, but now I'm not winning. And now, oh, I could find a way to lose this. But I guess my position is that good, huh? I feel like a few of my moves were pretty good. Like Rook D8 was good. Um, I just this B6 move was not a good idea. I don't think B6. Maybe even Queen G5 check was not good. It could have been. I don't know. I feel like the queen was putting pressure there. I just didn't have a good place to put my knight. I could have rotated it though to like F5. Now I'm pretty toast. I could go E5 with ideas of going here and then there, but or I keep my pawns on light squares on this side. I mean, there's not really much I can do. I can only try to improve my position while waiting for Stockfish to slowly improve their position as well. And then eventually I'm sure they'll trade a rook off the board and then I'll be losing. They'll just pick up a bunch of pawns. So like here, like even rook a5 might have been a good move. I'm guessing my position is it has to be at least +1, or there's just no way I'm, or maybe even +2. I don't know, but there's just no way I'm gonna beat Stockfish unless I do enough practice, or yeah, or it's not gonna work because Stockfish is just too strong. But my position is definitely much better than White's. I mean, Stockfish even went for the queen trade there. I was not expecting that queen trade. I don't even know where I move my king to. Like F here or here to here. Where do I want my king? Maybe here, perhaps? Not really sure. Here. I mean, I feel like I just go to F8 maybe and try to bring it to D6. Because giving rook checks or rook moves are not going to be useful. Every piece is defended. Okay, that move makes a lot of sense. It's trying to get rooks off the board while improving its pawn structure, but we can't let it do that. Maybe I should have went to D2 there. D2 would have been a little more active. Now there might be rook A4. No, it might be. I think that plays A4. Rook A4. Interesting. I guess I bring the king. I don't know. It's completely lost. I can already tell. It only goes for trades if it's good for it, but then it's not going to trade now. I don't think it would. I mean, it still would trade if it could improve this pawn, but like I just don't really have many moves, sadly. Okay, let's go rook here, I guess. Should have went there earlier. I would have been able to play maybe a different move. I don't know. I wonder if it would sack the bishop for an attack. And I wonder if I go here, if it would defend with the F rook or if it would go rook e2. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Yeah, 6. I give a check, then go here. What happens? All right, let's see. Let's just try this one. If it goes there, I take. If it goes... Kind of curious what it does here. I think either way, I'm winning a pawn. There. Or maybe, no, it's going to go rook g4. And then, rook g4 doesn't really seem to make sense to me. Like, maybe I try repeating and see what happens. I wonder if I could try. There's no way I flex Stockfish. Because I'm sure it picks up the pace once it's lower and moves. And yeah, if I flagged it, I would not count it, that's for sure. Anyway, a guy that asked me to do this, there's just no way. It's fair. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm not trading. Just makes their win easier, makes Stockfish's win easier. Now it really wants to trade, but this one might not be as bad. Okay, and if I go check, I'm guessing it won't repeat. So let's go for it and see what happens. There's no way it repeats, right? Okay, now we're going to go here. I wonder if the king's just going to slowly... I think that's what it would do. Although, it has to give up a pawn still. Maybe check here and something like around these pawns will make me lose. Oh, I didn't even look at h4. Wait. Doesn't g5 win a pawn? Because, like, if takes, check, king has to go here, and then I take the rook. So, Stockfish won't take. Okay, it goes there. And then after takes... Okay. Let's go... Should I go f5 now, or do I just take with the pawn, or do I not take at all? Because if takes, that would still be mate. So, I want to just like play f5 and see what happens, because if here takes, and at the very least, I have a pawn? And if it goes back, I just take... But then I have weaknesses on the e6 square. Like if it moves, I take it. Then I have more weaknesses. And if takes, I'm going to still have weaknesses on the white squares. Okay. Well, I want to end the game, so I'm going to play f5 and see. I'm sure it'd go rook d4. Or is there another move? Check. Okay. If I go here, there's going to be other checks. Oh, maybe it'll take now because then it's a check and then maybe like another check or something. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. The check and then this check. Should move pretty soon. Bishop there. That move is weird. I mean, I understand it, like, but could I draw this? Probably not. This pawn's weak. Takes, and then a5 maybe, or takes and, or maybe I go. Ooh, there's even rook f7 check too. I was hoping for takes like maybe like this and then takes, but there's not even that. If takes, there might even be rook f7 check again. Yeah, I gotta take. And then I'm sure it'll go bishop takes, and then I guess I'll take the pawn on the h4 square. Or maybe I take first, like this, threatening checkmate. So then the bishop takes, or the pawn takes. I'm sure, yeah, bishop takes, or not, pawn takes g5. Almost have a draw, but there's still some pawns on the board. I could go h5 or I can go a5. I think I need to save the pawns. Right? So if I attack and takes and I can't. Okay, I have to go a5. The problem is that it's going to go bishop c6 and then it'll try to go to b5 and then the rook's going to try to attack. It won't be able to defend. Okay, it takes. Okay. If I push, that will just make problems worse for me. If I go, maybe I just bring the king because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to, or maybe I bring the rook down, although the rook can always go to here. As long as the rook isn't on these squares, I'll be fine. Like the rook can drop down. I'm sure it'll go to like what, C, yeah, there. And then I will start pushing maybe? No, that's a bad move. Yeah, because now rook h6 is going to be bad for me. Yeah, no, it's not good at all. There's also this move. Yeah, it was such a bad move. Oh, rook b7 now too as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I want to go rook b7 there, but yeah, I'm not playing this very well. That pawn e5 was really bad. Now, and this pawn's going to be lost, isn't it? getting ready to resign because though I don't really. Maybe I have a way to resign. I do. Okay. I could just trade, then resign. And I could try defending, but it's inevitable. I could analyze, I think specifically maybe this endgame. I don't know what they want me to do, but like if I analyzed, I'm sure it would say I'm losing here. Alright, well, I'll try. So I'm gonna go here. And I'm going to try to prevent trades as long as possible. But, yeah. GG. So I feel like I have a chance of winning. If I get a lot of time and then make sure to play better moves and not do that big blunder that I did. King E3. Yeah. This pawn's gonna fall. Promote. Alright, I resign. Resign. Okay. GG. So, main mistake was knight takes. I think I'm not even winning here anymore. Maybe. So this was the beginning position. And I don't really want to analyze the other moves. I just want to analyze this. Bishop is hanging. Queen goes here. Takes, but then here, or more like here. And yeah, don't really have much. So after here, and then it went here, I think. Right, I think it did go there. And then I gave the check, but I just maybe again, maybe here right away. And then being like maybe why it's not letting me edit? Oh. Then this, I don't know. Even this doesn't seem very good. If I give a check again, or not now. Okay, so I know that it'll play this. And I think it's still pretty good for me. Give this check, force the king to go. I think it went here. And then I either go maybe queen h4 next, or I try rook d6 again. Rook d6 didn't really do much. Maybe it's a bit premature. Maybe I go a6, but then here, I mean, it doesn't really help me, right? If I go here, again, something like this, I lose. I mean, I don't, yeah. Wow, I don't know. Let's see. So here, yeah, I did go rook d6. And then here. And then I went there, and then there. And then takes and rook takes. So that here, there is no takes, like here. But if I did go here, This might not be so bad, actually. Like, say something like this. Or maybe instead of, again, maybe instead of, oops. Maybe instead of b6, I just go rook here. And then we see what happens. Because eventually, let's say some random move, I can go here. And after takes, I can bring this rook like this. So I would think again, like after say something like this, queen here. Because if something like this, right, I think I go something like this. And then if something like that, I can go here. And then can't take. And then I take the bishop. And there's not even that. So I could try another game, but I will end the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.